All right, we're going to talk about getting ready for the new Dark Dimension, if you will. This will be the third part. We've got Enter the Darkness, Fear the Darkness, and this is going to be something else. But if you've gone through those other modes, you know that they're very time-consuming, resource-heavy, and going through the Dark Dimension and Fear the Darkness to get Ultron was very satisfying, and getting the rewards of Ultron was very rewarding. So now we're going in to the third phase of this, the new Dark Dimension, and it's kind of controversial, and we're going to talk about that. But there's going to be 16 nodes, and they're going to be trait specific, and I'm okay with that except for the city. So let's talk about it. The first 4 nodes, which is shown right here behind me, are going to be open to any tier 14 character. So any tier 4 characters you'll be able to enter, be able to go through the first 4 nodes. The next 4 nodes are going to have the trait specific of global, and we're going to talk about that because there's a lot of good global choices. A lot of them are going to be helpful in U7 and so on. The next 4 are going to be trait-specific cosmic, and this is where Minerva is. And I do like that it's trait-specific because in Fear the Darkness, it really was just about Minerva and building a team around Minerva. And so this is a way of breaking it up and making it different than the unlock requirements for Ultron. So I do like this, and there's a lot of choices there, and I think what that's going to come down to is Minerva and 4 other cosmic, and you could build a team, probably going to be a team similar to that of getting Ultron, probably a Star-Lord. We're going to go through the characters, and that's fine. No issues. This last one right here is City, and I just think it's trash. And we're going to talk about that last, and it's going to be a miniature rant. And then we're also going to talk about the amount of resources, the amount of time that it's going to take to get through this event. It looks like it's going to take most people 6 to 9 months, maybe even longer than 9 months to get all the necessary resources to get through this event. So first, let's just talk about the global trait requirement. And this one is the most broad, probably easiest one to do. It pretty much has tons of useful characters, and the only really super amazing character that's not in here is Minerva. But I'm going to say that right now I'm heavily focused on Ultima 7, and there's some characters that I'm exploring in Ultima 7 that I need to max out and boost up anyways. And the first one, which I think is a no-brainer, is Ultron. For me, I'm going to be focusing on him right now, today, taking him to tier 14. I don't see any downside to taking him 14. Any resource that I put into Ultron is going to be good for a long time. We don't even have res stars available on him. Easily the best character in the game. Next one we talk about is Phoenix. I feel the same way about her. Yes, the summon does not revive, but I'm going to just go out there and say that this is going to be very long event right here, and I'm not going to be expecting to go through each node all in a row. If it takes me a day per node, and I don't want to spend the 50 cores to refresh Phoenix, that is fine. I'm not worried about it. She is amazing in Fear the Darkness right now and getting Ultron. The only downside to her is, of course, when she goes into her Phoenix summon form, it's a summon. And so at the end of the match, she's effectively dead and you have to revive her. But I don't have a problem with that. I'm getting tons of use out of her. You could make a coin flip on which character is the best. Now, whenever we talk about a legendary character like Phoenix, Nick Fury, or Magneto, all 3 of those characters I have their blessing. There's also their corresponding tanks. We've got Colossus, Shield Security, and Juggernaut. Also could be good choices for this global trait. And then I want to mention 3 characters that I'm personally working on right now for Ultima 7. Scientist Supreme, Falcon, and Shuri. Scientist Supreme is part of the Tech Wing thing. I am having good luck with Scientist Supreme, Falcon, Shuri, and or Invisible Woman, and I am going to take them as high as possible because my primary focus in the game right now is Ultima 7. I want to be able to get to 60%. I'm thinking that ISO 8, whenever that comes out, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking me, when is ISO 8? I don't know. But it seems like it's coming soon. And hopefully we get ISO 8 sooner than later, because I don't think we're going to make a lot of progress inside of Ultima 7 without having ISO 8. But there's still a lot of room to growth. I'm a huge fan of Scientist Supreme and Falcon, and Shuri would give my blessing if I knew what they were going to do with their passive. Right now, I like the way she works, but the problem is, are they going to change the text, or are they going to change the way it works? Because right now it says, in raids, when self or any Wakandan ally drops below 50% max health, gain 3 deflect. It does not work that way. Right now, it's for any ally drops below 50% max health, gain 3 deflect, and that is amazing. It is very useful. She's very good, but right now, for me personally, I'm skeptical of putting a lot of resources into Shuri because I'm not finding her that great if it doesn't work the way that it is right now. If they go and nerf her and make it work the way that the text reads, I'm not going to like her as a character. But if they leave it the way it is and they change the text and they get rid of this Wakandan tag right here, she would get my blessing as well. Nothing strange right there. You could take up 5 global characters and you can go through the first 8 stages of the next form of Fear the Darkness or Dark Dimension, whatever it's going to be called. I'm not sure. And we don't know what kind of character it's going to be, but I guarantee it's going to be amazing. A lot of people are saying it's going to be Dr. Doom, but I could focus on any 5 of these right here, and that's probably going to give me enough time to get ready for the cosmic trait next. And the beautiful thing about the cosmic trait is that it is and has Minerva. And so that being said, probably it could be the same thing. We could just build a team around Minerva, which would be Star-Lord and Groot, Minerva, and then you could use something like Invisible Woman and Captain Marvel or Rocket Raccoon. Now, me personally, I'm liking Invisible Woman quite a bit in Ultimate 7. So I'm going to be focusing right now on taking Invisible Woman and Minerva as high as possible. I have no issues whatsoever with bringing Rocket, Star-Lord, and Groot along to pair and to make a complete team. No controversy. Like, yes, I'll do it. I'm going to take up characters that I like and that are useful in other parts of the game. And this is where we get to the part that I'm somewhat unhappy with currently is City. Let's just talk about Nobu for a second. And the reason why Nobu and Hand Assassin. To unlock Phoenix, we had to use villain mystic controllers, which included 2 characters that I do not like, Nobu and Hand Assassin. And I was forced to upgrade characters that are not useful for anything other unlocking Phoenix. And currently, the way it is right now, this is the city tags, and there are 2 teams in here. Yes, Sinister Six and Defenders, which are not terrible. They're okay. They have purposes. They have places in the game, but they're not helping me in any way right now in Arena or Ultima 7. It's just that simple. They're not useful in Ultima 7, and they're not useful in the Arena. And the city and the global traits has characters that are usable in Ultima 7 and in the Arena, and I'm just not seeing any of these characters right here that I'm excited about. I really am not wanting or thinking about taking my Defenders up to tier 14 because the resource sink to get them up there is astronomical. I am not going to start prepping any 5 of these characters. Currently, I'm hoping that there's something new that comes out. I just don't like this. And yes, there are some good characters in here. I mean, someone could make a case for Ghost Rider. Someone could make a case for Hand Sentry. Someone could make a case for the Defenders. But I am not seeing them being useful right now. Currently in Ultima 7, which is my primary focus right now, is Ultima 7 because I want the rewards. I need to get closer to 100%. And so I'm going to kind of hold off and see what happens right here. But in the other 2 traits, City and Global, there are characters inside of there that are useful not only in the Arena, but also in Ultima 7. I'm going to upgrade them now. I'm going to start right now. And the reason why you want to start right now is it's very time consuming and getting these pieces. And I just want to talk about these pieces right here. What we're talking about is these are the superior uniques. Yes, you need a ton of them, but they're also the pieces that sometimes show up in here that cost 50,000 credits is very important. You can see that we're just going to need tons of them. And someone did the math on Reddit, and let's go look at that Reddit post. And we got to give a shout out to Creeper Magnet. And he was saying there are certain characters out there that only need 72 of those pieces. And then he made the comment that basically, some need 72, some need 36, some need 108. That's fine. But the least amount, just not even optimal teams or anything like that, the least amount is going to need is 1,000 to get 15 characters up to tier 14. And if you get 4 pieces per day, my goodness, that means it's going to take 261 days. And that's, of course, is that we're not going to be doing some of these characters. I mean, there's no chance that I'm taking Ravager's sister all the way up and so on and so on. But it's going to take much, what am I saying? A long time. A really long time. A really long time to get there. And it's crazy. And the amount of resources that it takes to do this is just making my head explode. I don't like it. But here's the thing. This is a challenge. I like earning something. I like things being scarce. I like planning. I like working towards it. I have no problems with this taking a long time. I have no problems with some people being willing to spend ungodly amount of money to get there faster than me. I don't have a problem with this. But for me, I want to get through with my global characters, and hopefully there's rewards inside of them that are going to help me to do the cosmic and then the city. And I'm also hoping that in this time frame right here that they're talking about, which I'm starting right now, there'll be better options for city, because I would prefer to take characters I love and I use every day all the time inside of the arena, inside of U7 up to tier 14, rather than the choices that we have right now. So I'm going to go hard on my global right now and get through that, and hopefully there's rewards, because there was very good rewards inside of Fear the Darkness, tons of mega orbs and tons of gold, and hopefully the character that we're going to get inside of this last form of Dark Detection, or the next form of Dark Detection until they come out with something else, is something really cool like Dr. Doom. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you worried about this? And I just want to say this. I'm not so worried about difficulty or taking a long time. I just don't want to upgrade characters I don't like, just like I did not like upgrading Nobu and Hand Assassin. It just kind of bothers me that I had to take Nobu and Hand Assassin all the way up just to get Phoenix. And then they sit on the bench, and I really don't want to do that with some of these city characters. All right, guys, let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.